Parents, what's the scariest sound you've heard from your kid's room at night? Complete silence. After what had been 20 minutes of my 4-year-old daughter Emma singing Let It Go at the top of her lungs. It was 2 a.m. last Tuesday. Emma had been going through a phase where she'd wake up and perform full concerts in her room. Usually I'd let her tire herself out, but sudden silence after chaos? Every parent knows that's when something's wrong. I crept down the hallway, avoiding the creaky floorboard by the bathroom. Her door was cracked open. I peeked inside, expecting to find her asleep. She was sitting on the floor with my phone, FaceTiming someone. At 2 a.m., my heart stopped, but then I heard the voice on the other end. It was my dad, her grandpa, speaking Spanish softly, teaching her words. ¿Cómo se dice I love you en español, grandpa? Te amo, mija. Te amo, grandpa. My dad lived in Mexico. We saw him maybe twice a year. He'd been diagnosed with stage 3 cancer 6 months ago. The doctors gave him a year, maybe less. He was too weak to travel anymore. I stood frozen, listening. Grandpa, why are you awake? Emma asked. Same reason you are, pequeña. Couldn't sleep. Does your tummy hurt? Mommy says you have bad tummy. See, sometimes, but talking to you makes it better. That's when I noticed Emma's iPad next to her. She'd been doing this for weeks. She'd figured out how to use the emergency contact shortcut I'd set up. Every night she couldn't sleep, she'd call Grandpa, and every night he'd answer. Grandpa, when you come visit, long pause. I don't know, mija. That's okay. We can see each other on the phone. Look, I painted you a picture. She held up a messy painting of 2 stick figures holding hands, one tall, one small. Both had huge smiles. It's you and me at the park. I heard my dad crying. Es hermoso, Emma. Beautiful. Don't cry, Grandpa. Mommy says you're sick, but you're still the strongest grandpa ever. How do you know I'm strong? Because you always answer when I call, even when you're sleepy. That's what strong people do. I was crying now, standing in the hallway like an idiot. Here I'd been limiting their video calls to once a week because I didn't want to tire him out. But Emma knew better. She knew time was running out in a way only kids understand. Not with fear, but with urgency to love harder. Emma, sing me the Frozen song? My dad asked. Again? You always want Frozen? It's my favorite when you sing it. She started singing quietly this time. In between verses, she'd whisper, Te amo, Grandpa. He'd whisper it back. I went back to bed, told my wife everything. We cried together. The next morning, I didn't mention the calls, but I did something else. I set up an old tablet in Emma's room, permanently plugged in with only one contact, Grandpa. I put a note on it for midnight concerts and Spanish lessons. Emma hugged me so tight I couldn't breathe. You know about Grandpa time? Yeah, baby. I know. He needs me, Mommy. He gets scared at night. She was right. He did need her. We all did. My dad passed away 3 months later, but not before 87 more midnight calls, 87 more Spanish lessons, 87 more quiet renditions of Let It Go. The night he died, Emma woke up at 2 a.m. like always. She tried calling. No answer. She came to our room. Grandpa's not scared anymore, is he? No, baby. He's not scared anymore. Good. He was very tired. She crawled into bed with us. Then she said something I'll never forget. He told me the scariest sound is when people stop talking to each other. So we talked every night so neither of us would be scared. She was 4 years old and understood love better than most adults ever will. The scariest sound from your kid's room isn't noise. It's the silence where love should be. Emma made sure there was never silence between her and Grandpa. Not until the very end. At his funeral in Mexico, the priest mentioned that my dad had learned 200 English words in his final months, all from Emma's songs. His last words to the nurse were in English. Let it go. She thought he meant his pain, but I knew better. He was telling Emma he heard her one last time.